Back landing, you only need the spirit or the host to be willing, right? I want you to put his spirit in me.
This just got spicy.
The fantasy play Legacies has upheld its predecessors' proud tradition of producing exciting stories in every episode, and anticipation for Season 3, which will premiere in January 2021, is at an all-time high. However, many viewers are understandably curious about what will happen after the next episode, as well as whether or not a fourth season of Legacies on the CW is planned. The original spin-off, which features characters from both show and its predecessor, The Vampire Diaries, is a hit with viewers, particularly Netflix subscribers looking for an exceptional effort involving vampires and werewolves. In today's video, we're going to delve into Legacy Season 4 and if it will happen and what we can expect. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on, so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Legacies Season 3. First, we need to delve into what is going to happen in Season 3 as it is still currently airing, so we cannot be certain about what we may see in the fourth season. Episode 1 of Season 3 aired on January 21st, 2021, and was titled We're Not Worthy, and in this episode, we see Alaric take the students off campus for their first ever field day in order to deal with some pressing issues at school. However, when a medieval monster appears with a challenge, the students are left guessing which of them is a worthy opponent. The second episode, titled Goodbye Sure Do Suck, shows the Super Squad receiving shocking news for one of their own. They take out all the stops. Alaric seeks Sheriff Mac's assistance in resolving certain pressing matters. In the third episode, titled Salvatore the Musical, on the advice of their enigmatic new guidance counselor, the students prepare to perform a musical about the founding of the Salvatore School. Meanwhile, Hope removes herself from the musical as Landon immerses himself in the writing process, and Lizzie, Josie, Caleb, and Jed immerse themselves in their roles. Hold On Tight is the fifth episode in the third season of Legacies, and after the Necromancer's next step unleashes more than anyone bargained for, the Super Squad band together. Meanwhile, Josie is reminded why she doesn't believe herself when it comes to magic after a run-in with Ethan. The sixth episode is called This Is What It Takes, following the disappearance of one of their own. Alaric recommends Hope use the therapy box, which plunges her into a twisted game set in a summer camp slasher film. Meanwhile, Lizzie's attempt to spend time with MG goes awry, and Josie makes a major decision about her future. In the seventh episode, titled To Whom It May Concern, we witness Alaric and the squad desperately attempt to hire new students to hold the school alive after a sudden mass expulsion of the student body. Hope accepts Lizzie's offer to assist her with a new student orientation. On her first day in Mystic Falls High, Josie gets a fresh start, while MG starts his semester of no. In the eighth episode, titled Yup, It's a Leprechaun Alright, we see Lizzie recommend that the Salvatore School hold its first fundraiser after they run into financial difficulties. While Alaric tries to hammer out a deal with the bank, he puts Caleb in charge of the school activities. Cleo assists Hope in coping with her feelings, while MG receives assistance from Melissa. When a leprechaun appears at the school, it might be just what they need to turn their luck around. In episode 9, titled Long Time No See, we see that after a controversial decision he made comes to light, MG finds himself on the outs with the Super Squad. Hope propels a risky strategy forward regardless of the repercussions. When the next beast appears, Caleb, Cleo, and Alaric band together. In the 10th episode, titled Do All Malviori Monsters Provide This Level of Emotional Insight?, we see tensions between Hope and Lizzie rise. The appearance of the new beast at the school will force them to put their differences aside in order to beat it. Meanwhile, Alaric devises a scheme to keep an eye on Josie in Mystic Falls High, and Cleo assists Caleb in dealing with a recent squabble with MG. In episode 11, called All's Well That Ends Well, Hope and the Super Squad hear some frightening news about one of their own. After catching a new beast at school, Josie gains some much-needed bravery after a surprise visit from Lizzie. MG and Ethan join forces to help others. In episode 12, titled You Can't Run From Who You Are, we see Hope and Landon embark on a new mission after getting some inspiration from Cleo. When that plan, however, takes an unexpected turn, Josie and Wade step in to help. Lizzie enlists MG's assistance in learning more about Finch. In episode 13, titled I Was Made to Love You, Wade informs Hope of some shocking news, which raises Hope's suspicions. Alaric must team up with an old foe to discover the secrets of a legendary artifact. When Ethan is put in jeopardy, MG is forced to make a tough choice. In episode 15, titled One Day You Will Understand, we witness that when faced with a tough decision over one of his pupils, Alaric seeks the advice of Caleb and Josie. Cleo, on the other hand, opens up about her history. And that is where the season is up to date. There are 7 more episodes in the season to go, and I'm sure that there will be plenty of exciting and interesting moments to come, and many unanswered questions that will hopefully lead to the series being picked up for a 4th season. So that begs the question what we all want to know: will there be another season? Will there be a 4th season of Legacies? The good news for Legacies fans across the globe is that there will in fact be a 4th season. The release date for Legacy's 4th season has been set. The Adventure Dream Plays first season premiered on October 25th, 2018, and the second season premiered a year later on October 10th, 2019. The next installment of Legacies was delayed for a long time due to the global health situation, but it was finally published on January 21st, 2021. There's a chance that the 4th season will premiere on the CW network in 2022 or 2023, but nothing has been verified. The good news is that as fans wait for more updates on Legacy Season 4, you can binge 15 episodes of Season 3 with 7 more episodes in the season ahead. Who will be in Season 4? While no official announcement has been made on who will make up the Legacy Season 4 cast of talented actors, it is safe to say that some new faces will be added to the mix, along with some old favorites. Danielle Rose Russell, as well as a host of other intriguing characters who have become fan favorites in their own right over the course of the thrilling series journey, is likely to return. What will Season 4 be about? Legacy Season 4 has yet to receive a synopsis, or any kind of story specifics for that matter, and it's fair to say that any knowledge about what could happen in the next chapter will not be revealed until far closer to the premiere date, as is customary for these shows. It is impossible to predict what fantastic adventures and well-written plots the iconic CW series' 4th season would have in store for fans, but it's fair to assume they won't disappoint. With high expectations, the audience was more enthusiastic and interested to watch this film. Answered questions by showrunner Brett Matthews. Question: Josie literally murdered a classmate last season and tried to kill and absorb her sister, so how are Josie and Lizzie moving on from that? How is Josie facing the rest of the school? Answer: I think that is the question. It is exciting to see Josie back with the gang, but she's also done some things that have to be reckoned with, and that'll be a big deal for the character, for her role in the show, and of course it profoundly impacts Lizzie, who has always had a very clear dynamic with Josie. I think Lizzie really is at a point where she's got to decide, is the old bag of tricks the right one, or am I as a human being evolving past that? I think that's part of the fun of the premiere, is to see Lizzie being there for Josie in the way Josie is typically there for Lizzie. Question: speaking of monsters, would you say this season continues to be about Monster of the Week? Are bad guys still coming out of the pit? Answer: Legacies is very much built on a Monster of the Week model. That's always what it was intended to be. Some people like it and some people don't, but it's very much in our DNA and that will continue. For us, the monsters are interesting enough in and of themselves, but it always comes from a place of character, and I think the monster allows us to shed light on sort of thematics of an episode and highlighting a personal journey. That will continue, but I also think you will begin to see the beginnings of new mythology on the show and evolving and growing up a little. The show will grow up, but the tone of Legacies is, by its very design, a lighter, sunnier, more optimistic viewpoint on the world than the Vampire Diaries or the originals ever were. And there you have it. Unfortunately, Season 3 has not yet finished airing. We cannot say for certain what we could see in Season 4, but we are very excited that there will be another season on the horizon. If you enjoyed today's video, then don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching!